Talking about a more comfortable evening in the backyard this evening.
It is, yes. Just the light jacket out here tonight, Scott. Charlotte, it's a lot more comfortable and will continue to be that way. It looks like we're actually in for a bit of a warming trend here over the next couple of days. Doesn't look like it now, but it was actually pretty sunny here in our backyard not all that long ago. But looks like some mid-level cumulus clouds have kind of drifted on in here this evening. And that may prevent us from getting quite as cool this upcoming morning, though still cool enough to create some patchy, frosty spots. Before we jump into your weather, I want to show you where I was today down at Bloomsburg Middle School for a little career day fun. This was the first session of the day. We had 8 sessions, 20 minutes a session. And, well, after going through those 8 groups, my voice was a little bit raspy, but we had a bunch of fun. This was group 6. Took a little selfie with them, and thank you very much to Bloomsburg Middle School for inviting me down and letting me speak to the aspiring young minds. Maybe 1 or 2 of these kids might be, well, invading your television for real as a meteorologist in like 15 years from now or so. Here's a look at our current sky cam. You can see the clouds that have kind of rolled in. Temperature, not too shabby, 57 still. We got up to 60 degrees a little while ago. Here's a look at some other temperatures for you. 58 right now in New Albany, 56 Mashopin. Forest City checks in at 52, and Bloomsburg doing 61, Williamsport at 62. But here's where we're going for tonight. It gets cool once again. Not quite as cool as what we had this morning, but cool enough again to create some patchy frost. So it's another situation where if you have some outdoor plants, cover them up, bring them inside, take the precautions so that you don't get nipped by the early season frost. There's less in the way of advisories to share with you from the National Weather Service. Just 4 counties tonight shaded in that frost advisory. But again, just because you don't have the advisory doesn't mean that it won't be chilly. Again, just about everybody has the chance to be below 40. And some of you closer to about 35 to 32 degrees. Some slightly warmer air is on the way here for the end of the work week, but unfortunately for Mother's Day weekend, it does turn wet. Wettest day right now looks like Saturday. Perhaps some slow improvement as we go through the day on Sunday. This all thanks to an area of low pressure that continues to kind of crank around in Quebec and pump in the cooler conditions as well as the cloud cover that continues to pass through. And our upper level jet stream steers our storm systems around, continues to keep that warm air in the center part of the country, but a little bubble of that heading our way as we go into early next week. You can see what the temperatures are like right now across the center part of the country, well into the 80s at this point. Here's a peek at your day for tomorrow. We started off on the chilly side, temperatures in the mid-30s under a partly cloudy sky, 63 degrees, your forecast high tomorrow afternoon. Manhattan back to the Poconos, no problems. Temperatures cooler than average for this time of year, but I do think we'll find a fair amount of sunshine. But here's what's going on for Mother's Day weekend. We've got this area of low pressure that's going to be cranking around across the mid-Atlantic coastline, pumping in some wind and some rain, perhaps as much as 1 to 3 inches of rain. All of that, more or less, coming on Saturday. So plans with Mom, hopefully Sunday, and it looks like, well, of course, if you're indoors, no problems inside at the restaurant if that's your plan. Where is your warmth? Looking ahead here to mid next week, surge of milder air, this omega block pattern finally breaks down a little bit, ushers in perhaps at least a brief shot of milder air for the mid portion of the week. Let's hope that can hold on into week's end. But don't forget, tomorrow morning is chilly for the kids, 35 degrees under a partly cloudy sky as you get your day started tomorrow. Here's a look at the rest of the extended outlook. You can see what I'm talking about here. There's the warmth. All right, 68 on Thursday, not too bad, close to average. Does turn cooler, does turn wet going into Mother's Day weekend, but look at next week with that pattern breaking down a little bit, allowing the warmer air to come in. It could be a return to the 70s. And 70 probably won't have felt so good after all the cool air and rain that we've had around here, especially over the past week and a half.
Yes, we like the 70s.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, thanks.
John.